what's up you guys? It's your boy JD and we're back at it again with another YouTube video. But this time around, we're gonna be talking about something different. But before we begin with, obviously basketball shoes, what have you guys been doing this enhanced community quarantine? It's been 3 weeks and it's gonna be the 4th week next week, so it's gonna be a month. And as you guys just saw, I've been working out since the start of the quarantine just to pass the time, and that's just one of the few things that I do, just not to be bored, because we're really bored out of our minds, guys. So what have you guys been doing? Drop a comment down below, message us on Facebook or Instagram, or even on Facebook. Let's have a conversation. Give us some tips or ideas to be more productive and be not be bored in general. So anyways guys, this time around we are going to be talking about my top 3 basketball shoes in my rotation, and it's not just gonna be for the black top, but it's also gonna be we're also gonna be talking about the wooden court. Hey guys, so before I actually begin talking about my top 3, I'll just give a quick heads up. I have a cat in my room, so if you guys hear random scratching or meowing, that's my cat, my very fat cat. Anyways guys, and I also like to say that before I actually start talking about the shoes itself, I did separate 2 categories of the shoe, and it's the first category is going to be for just overall all of my shoes in my rotation, and then yung isa, it's for the top 3 overall naman budget models for the whole thing, for both black top and also for indoor. So yun. Anyways guys, let's begin talking about shoes. So my top 3, I already did mention this. I mentioned this in my previous video, and it's the Crazy Explosives 2017. So again, why do I love this certain pair of shoe? Well, number 1, bro, it has boost. Boost is life. So aside from the fact that it has boost, the traction is really great, the materials on the upper is really great as well, the support that it gives, it's really nice. Lacing system is also nice. Pretty much the overall construction of the shoe is really great. But one of the few things that discourages me about the shoe, or the downside to the shoe, are 2 things. It's the durability of the rubber compound that they used on the outsole. So I really do prefer using it sa mga court na tablado. So mas maganda yung paint, mas maganda yung pagka-cement sa kanya, and at the same time I also like playing in them in the wooden court. On the wooden court, it feels better, I really feel the bounce more, the energy return from the boost rather, when I play on the wooden court. So ayun, downside niya is the durability of the rubber compound, and at the same time naman yung ventilation of the shoe, it's not that great in terms of how the shoe is. The shoe in general, kasi it's made out of forged prime knit. So imagine the prime knit that they released prior to 2017, and then what they did was they added more materials in it. Like I think they added like a plastic layer and then ininita nila para mas maging stronger yung type ng knit niya. So it does give you better support. It's just that since there's an added layer of materials in there, medyo mainit siya. But if you're really into the game anyway, hindi man na rin naman siya mahalata. So okay lang. So hindi ko rin naman siya na-feel. So yun lang. Pero if you guys are observant with your shoes, mahalata mo siya, diba? So anyways, let's talk about the second in my overall. So my second in overall, as you already see it here, number 1 pa lang, box pa lang, napakaganda na guys. So I really love the shoe. It's the aesthetic. This is the Done issue 1. Bakit ba? My shoe, it's missing. I'm just kidding. Anyways, guys, before the quarantine started, I actually left my Dawn issue once in Mandaluyong. So it's there. It's with my cousin, and it's well taken care of. I do hope it's well taken care of. As you can see here, the number one, the box is just beautiful, man. Look at that. Look at that marvel everywhere. So it's that, and if you see the shoe, it's overall aesthetics. It's really nice, and the performance in itself is as well. It's just amazing. So let's start talking about the traction first of the shoe. So the traction of the shoe is spider web herringbone. So as you can see, it's just basically herringbone, but it's just in the form of a spider web. Yun siya. So, and then we move up. The Christian setup is bounce, and some people might ask why I like bounce more than I like boost, and I'll explain that later. And then you got the upper as a synthetic leather, and that's the difference between the other Dawn issue ones. Most of the Dawn issue ones are made out of mesh. So this time they decided to do the Hyper Jade colorway, or as we all know and we all call it as the Venom colorway, and I don't know why they don't want to call that the Venom colorway, but they call it the Hyper Jade one. The Venom colorway is made out of synthetic leather as compared to the other Dawn issues, which is made out of mesh, right? And there's no significant difference. I mean, the ventilation is still the same, the weight is still the same. When you wear it, it still feels light. So yeah, the support on the shoe is also great as well. The padding, the padding on the shoe is really great as well. And I love how bulky the outsole is. It feels like I'm really supported. Some people may not like it because they say that it's too flat. But for me, that's one of the things that I do like about the Dawn issue ones. It gives me that stability, it gives me that support, and I feel great wearing the shoe talaga. So the Dawn issue ones, the reason why, as you guys can see, one of the issues that I have with the shoe is that it fits kind of big. If you guys can still find a pair, they're actually still available in Adidas. It's just that it's fine to hard a Spider-Man colorway now. If you guys do want to cop a pair, I mean, I really do suggest that you guys try them on in store first, kasi medyo, for some people, medyo iba yung sizing talaga niya. I did get an 8.5, but the reason for that is I did explain that in a video, and I'll leave a link to the video up there, and I'll leave a link down below in the description box so that you guys can actually watch kung bakit ito yung napili ko, na-mention ko siya in one of my reviews. So anyways, guys, before I actually get into my number one shoe overall in my rotation, you guys might be wondering why I chose bounce over boost, right? So the reason for that is that sometimes because a boost tends to be super plush, and it's amazing. It feels great. It's more absorbent. Sorry, it's more absorbent than bounce. It's just that bounce offers more responsiveness than boost, and a lot of people might not believe me in this, but it's true. Bounce, on the other hand, offers a lot more responsiveness when you're playing basketball. But if you're running, boost offers you the responsiveness that you need, the response that you need when you're actually running. But when you include another set of dynamic movements such as pagtatalon, pagtakbo, jab steps, quick hop steps, euro steps, spin moves, and all that, yung responsiveness ng bounce is more comfortable than boost. So for me, that's the reason why the Dawn issue one stopped up the boost. So yun lang naman siya actually for me. Kasi for me, I think that bounce is more basketball friendly than boost. So if you guys are wondering also, ba't Crazy Explosive 2017 pa din yung shoe ko, and hindi pa din ako nagka-cop ng Marquee Boost or anything, it's just that I still have these guys, so I don't see the need to go ahead out there and cop a pair of Marquee Boost. And kasi parang for me, if I cop a pair of a Marquee Boost, I feel like it's just gonna sit in my shoe rack and for a long time, kasi nga parang matadagdagan na naman ako ng pair of shoes, and I feel like I'm gonna be pressured to use a shoe that performs the same as the Crazy Explosive. So maybe if these guys wear out, maybe in the future, if Marquee Boosts are still available, or if it's the Marquee Boost 2.0, I don't know. If you know, then maybe I'll cop. So anyways, guys, let's move forward na to our number 1 and my overall rotation sa shoes ko. And this is just this is just maybe biased siya, pero kasi for me, my top for everything is this. And there's already a new line coming up. There's already a new line out there. But for me, this is the best that I have because it's the most current that I do have of his signature line. And this is the Lebron 16 mids. So the Lebron 16 mids, man, it's just an upgrade from the Lebron 15s. Now, I've had this since November 2018, and I don't use it that much on. I obviously do not use it sa black top, but the reason for that is because this was number 1. This was a gift to me, so iniingatan ko din talaga siya. I do use it casually, but I also use it for playing din naman. Kasi, syempre, you don't want to ruin the purpose of a basketball shoe, which is to play basketball. So basically, the Lebron 16 is an upgraded version of the Lebron 15, and the Lebron 15 in itself was already revolutionary. It was the first time that LeBron did a knit kind of shoe, and they introduced the pods again, but and everything. It's just that the LeBron 16 became what we call the forged knit. So it's like a prime knit with like the forged prime knit, but this one's like battle knit, something like that. Yeah. Sorry, it is battle knit. Forged knit pala yung sa Adidas. Battle knit is Nike's. So ayun, this is my favorite, and I love number 1. I love the traction setup on these guys. It's amazing. It's the very first LeBron shoe that I can honestly say that's made for every certain position, from point guard to center, because usually all the LeBron shoes from 14 all the way down, usually it's really for big guys. That's why you don't really see me out there with a pair of LeBrons. And the last LeBron that I had before the 16s was the LeBron 11, and I just got that because it's beautiful. And number 1. And anyways, going back, and the traction's great. The durability actually is really nice kasi even if ilang beses ko na rin siya nagamit, hindi pa rin nag-fray or wala pa ding signs of pagkapudpud yung shoes ko. So there's 2 layers of cushioning setup. So number 1, you got the Zoom Air Max, I think. As far as I know, that's what it's called, Zoom Air Max. And then you got standard EVA here. I don't know if it's Cushlon. I do hope it's Cushlon. So you got a small side of Cushlon here just for extra cushion setup. So you have that. You got an external heel counter that's genuine leather. So that's the reason why sometimes LeBron tends to be an expensive shoe. Aside from the fact that he's LeBron James, the materials they use on the shoe is really high quality. Yun. So ayun siya. So you got obviously the top. You have your battle knit, and then another synthetic leather for the tongue. The thing that I like about this is the tongue. There's just that it's so easy to get into this shoe, and I really love it. The support's amazing. The cushion setup is amazing. Maybe, and this is just me not being biased. This is probably for me better than the LeBron 17, and the reason why I didn't like the LeBron 17 was because I didn't like the aesthetics. I mean, like, I saw it in person and I was just like, oh, it actually does look nice. And that was just me being biased because LeBron's one of my favorite basketball players. But when I look at the 16s and I'm just like, bro, the 16 still looks nicer than that. And honestly speaking, I like the cushion setup for this more than the LeBron 17. But the LeBron 17s are already out, and I'm saving up for that, and because you can't go wrong with a cushion setup like that. They included Nike React as part of the cushion setup, and overall the aesthetics of the LeBron 17 low is just way different than the LeBron 17 highs. So I'm definitely gonna save up for that shoe. So anyways guys, there you have it, my top 3 overall in my rotation, which is the Crazy Explosive Boost 2017, the Donovan Issue 1s, the High Venom colorway, and of course the Lebron 16 mid tops. So now we are going to be talking about the top 3 overall budget models in my rotation. So number 1, this is just kind of out of the blue. So I already talked about this shoe. This is the overall, kasi for me, number 3 would always be the Mamba Rage. Kasi the Mamba Rage, like what I mentioned in my review, it's just an amazing shoe. It's sobrang minimal setup ng sapatos. You got an insole, outsole, and then a weave cheap mesh for the upper materials. You got good support, you got a good setup, you got an outrigger. Although durability, of course, ilang beses ko na siya nagamit sa black top, but the durability is not that bad because I've had this since November 2018 and ganyan pa lang yung pagkapudpud niya, hindi pa siya yung nabubutas talaga. So this is my number 3, obviously in the pairs that I do have, the Mamba Rages. So like what I said, if you guys are interested in copying that, you guys might find it online or not. I'm not really sure. So number 2, okay, this is gonna be my number 1 and number 2 is kind of interchangeable. Kasi right now, hindi ko pa siya masabi kung maganda ba siyang, yung performance ba niya in general is really nice. But like what I mentioned in the previous yung sneak peek ko with these shoes, this is a budget model. This is probably the top of the line of our local brands basketball models, and it is the Court Legend 2.0. Number 1, look at the aesthetics, guys. It's beautiful. It's really nice, man. I mean, yeah, it does remind you of a little bit of the Lebron, a little bit of the KD, but you know, at least the design changed. I mean, it's not as obvious as the previous model of this one. So this time around, they added the strap and everything. So eto siya, this is number 2 for me. We're not entirely sure yet if that really is number 2, but it might be interchangeable with these guys, and these guys are obviously, I already showed you guys, and these are basically just the same shoes that I made a review of dun huli, because I don't know where my my carry fly traps are. Is it here? Yeah, it's right here. But we're talking about the overall, right? So we're gonna include these guys right here, which is the Peak Terrence Romeo, a budget model that I really love. So it's interchangeable between these two. Dun sa mga budget models na meron ako right now. And the reason for that, kasi is I'm not entirely sure yet on how this performs. So I'll just label this as number 2. So for now, pero I'm very sure that eventually it might move to 1 or maybe 1.5 because of that one certain night that I was able to play in these in the black top. This was amazing. But if we're just talking about overall, bro, even including the wooden court and everything, these guys, and we played in the wooden court, and the traction, man, is amazing. The cushion setup is amazing, the response is amazing, and the ventilation's amazing. Materials lang talaga yung problema mo sa kanya, but you know, it's a budget model, so I don't expect that much. So ayun, so now this is currently my number 1 in overall in my budget models. Man, I really love playing in these guys. If I have extra money and if I didn't have a lineup of other shoes that I have to review, I mean, some people are already requesting, and thank you guys for commenting and requesting basketball shoes to review, and it's just, and local models, local brands sila, budget models sila. I do promise that I will make a review on those shoes. It's just that I do have a list of shoes that I have to review. Number 1, ito pa, I still need to review this on the wooden court, and then I have another pair that might come in soon after obviously the quarantine is finished. So yeah, so this guy right here, again, I like what I said, sits at number 1 in overall budget models in my rotation. This guy comes in second already, even though I was only able to play in it once. But the reason why for that is because imagine if, literally, if my number 1 favorite overall in my collection became a budget model. So performance-wise, it's really nice. Although I can't say yet for the cushion setup, I don't know if it feels like Zoom Air or Air Max yet. So hindi pa ako sure about that, but definitely the cushion setup is amazing. The support, the response is amazing. This shoe on the other hand, for me, for 2,900 pesos, I swear to God, guys, look beyond the comparison of the aesthetics. But if you guys are just looking for something that's really nice, that fits your budget, na nasa local brand pa, eto talaga guys, promise. So I'd recommend that you guys cop these instead of buying those Class A OEM, yung mga ganun. You'd rather support local, you'd rather buy something like this, because if we start supporting our local brands, they'll be able to evolve. Imagine the Court Legend, it made so much noise, even if it looked like a baby between the KD11 and the Lebron 15, even if it looked like a baby of those two shoes. It made so much noise, it sold out so much to the general public that they were able to come up with these in less than a year. As in, the Court Legend 1 came out on August 2019 as far as I remember, and then these came out in Feb 2020. So 11 months lang yun, September, October, November, December, January, February. In just 6 months, nagkaroon na siya ng second model because of so much noise that it made. So if we start supporting local, their designs are gonna start to evolve. Even the design, the technology, it's gonna start evolving. So let's start supporting local, guys. And you'd rather buy these over fakes, over OEMs, over Class A's and other whatever name they call the fakes nowadays. So yeah. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's pretty much it. This is all that we're gonna. This is all the shoes that I have. So quick rundown. Overall top 3 budget models for both indoor and outdoor. Number 3 is Bomber Rage. Number 2 is the World Balance Court Legend 2.0, and the number 1 is the Peak Terrence Romeo Bro. So you guys got that, and thank you guys for watching. And I do like to remind you guys that please do help us get to 100 subscribers, and we will be doing a giveaway of the World Balance slide foam as soon as the enhanced community quarantine is finished. So pag natapos na siya, we'll start doing the giveaway. So help us get to 100 subscribers, and we'll give that out. And we'll give more mechanics as soon as we hit 100 subscribers, as soon as the enhanced community quarantine is finished. So more to come. So please do share this video to your friends, especially to your friends that do play basketball, and to your friends that love shoes, and to your family or to anyone else. Share it, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and do follow us on Instagram, and of course like our page on Facebook. So thank you guys very much. Hit the notification bell so that you guys can stay updated with all of our uploads. So anyways, guys, please stay safe, wash your hands, please stay at home as much as possible, as much as you can. Stay at home, use alcohol, and please practice social distancing. Anyways, see you guys next time.